Good morning, anti-novelists. So this is what it looks like. It's Saturday morning. I'm diving into some edits on the Zettelkasten for fiction book. I just wanted to say hello. Hi, I'm here. I'm working. So let's turn around. All right. This, my friends, is what writing a book looks like. It is not ordered. It is not fancy. It's multiple screens. It's stuff all over the desk. But the good news is I'm getting it done. So I just have a few cards left to install that belong over in chapter 9, which is the chapter I'm currently working on, and a couple of items to clean up. But other than that, my box is all cleaned up. I had a little bit of an accident this morning and dropped a huge pile of cards right there onto the floor, but I got them picked up, got them put back in order, which is amazing. God bless you, Nicholas Luhman and Scott Scheper, both, because whew, I always said I would lose my mind if I ever dropped my note box, and then it happened. Fortunately, it wasn't the whole thing, just a pile, but disaster averted. So today I am getting ready for my fusion writing class, which we do every Saturday over in LiLLiPub.org. The link is down below. And that's just a writing group. Kathleen and I co-teach a course called Fusion Writing. 2 videos are posted on YouTube, one on Monday, one on Tuesday, and you can find that playlist down below. And then on Saturday at 1 o'clock Central, we all meet up over in the Fusion Writing group, which is right here. There I am. Hi. I'm the only one in there right now because I put the call up at noon. That way, if we want to co-write or just study with me together, we can. But it's just me right now. So another 20 minutes and my people should be joining. But that's where I am. So I have the whole day today to write and a good chunk of tomorrow. So my goal is to really start to knock out some of the chapters that are literally just piles of note cards that aren't built yet. But I just wanted to take a second and kind of let you know what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. So originally, I was thinking about some cool bonus material that might be groovy to have along with the book. And my first thought was something that helps you understand how to Zettelkasten a work of fiction. So I'm working on that. I'm also working on how you Zettelkasten journals and sketchbooks. And let me just grab this little guy off the shelf. This is my current working sketchbook. So it's actually a fashion illustration book, which means each page, I don't know if you can see this. See those little gals? Each page has a series of very lightly drawn human figures. And so what you can do is, ooh, and there's a big tall one. You can use these figures and you can patchwork and piece clothing or fabric. You can sketch, you can paint, whatever, but it's a fashion designer's tool. I just think that the notebook is cooler than cool. So I use it as a working sketchbook. Hello, chicken. And I just doodle and draw and kind of think in pictures in here. Just kind of whatever I'm working on, whatever I'm doing. Sometimes words, sometimes pictures. There's one that I colored in, a little lady with a little critter behind her. So yeah, when my brain just gets too done with words and just wants to think in pictures for a while, this is what I go to. The reason I'm sharing this with you is, number one, over in my novel, The Conjuring Stitch, there is a heavy element that relies on plants and plant material alongside the Voynich manuscript. So often in my sketches, I'm working out different aspects of maybe what plants are important or why they're important or how they're going to get used in my story. Just kind of whatever. Oh, look, there's my Christmas journal from 2020. There's my Thanksgiving journal. I always make a journal page on what we had for the meal and who was there and, just kind of a keepsake. So, oh, there's my Halloween one from 2020 as well. I was in this journal a lot in 2020. So anyway, I'm just keeping track of things that might inform my novel world. Like, for example, this bedroom, I considered having this kind of bedroom setup for my main female character, Tara, and then I scrapped that because I wanted her home environment to be much more academic, much more sterile, very controlled, muted tones, so I scratched this idea. But here's my point. If I had used this for Tara's bedroom, I would have either taken this picture, stuck it on one of her character development cards over in my note box, and then I would have it. Or I would index this sketchbook the same way that I index my journals. So it would get the first stump of the alphanumeric address tag, which tells me that it's a sketchbook and not a journal. And then it would get the address of how I can get back to this page. I might number the pages and use page numbers. I might point some other way to this image. I don't have this dated, but normally what I would do is at the bottom of a page after I finish journaling on it. See, this is a bad example. I didn't think this through. Like on this one, on this painting of an iris, 5/24/2020. So if I wanted to get back to this, I would give my note card the first part of the address that tells me that it is a sketchbook, and I would show you one of those, but I don't have any at hand. I think, no, I'm not even going to guess because I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's a 4-digit number that tells me that it's a sketchbook, and then it would be filed under 2020.0524 for May 24th. And then I would know that what I'm looking for is in this book. So anyway, as I was thinking about some of the cool and groovy things that you might find interesting, I thought, well, a lot of you are creative in a lot of different ways. And so potentially showing you a simple method for cataloging so that you can index your sketchbooks might be a cool additional bonus. So I am still chewing on that idea. Another one is potentially to have some video roundtables with other experts in the field who I've consulted for the book. So like Kieran Westwood, if he would be so gracious as to have a chat with me, and potentially the person that he pointed me to, who he follows. They are both writers of microfiction, which is Michael Loveday, who wrote the books over there, but it is the only and definitive guide on microfiction, on novellas in Flash specifically. So in any case, those are some of the cool little extras and bonuses that I am cooking up to go along with this book. So right now, those just live on a file card, which is labeled bonus, that gets tucked into the back of the note box where the Zettelkasten for Fiction book lives. This is the entire book, guys. Pretty exciting. At least it's exciting for me because, like, it's all there. So I'm going to file these cards. I need to tidy up my overall outline. I need to add a few things to it and straighten up a few items. And then for those of you who have asked, this question has come up a couple of times. I have done my due diligence. I have retrofitted, cannibalized a happy planner. This is the classic size, so I think it's 7 by 10. And what I've done is I've taken the old month tabs, given them new life, and each month tab now has a little gold dot with a number. There's 6, 7, 8, 9. These are chapter numbers. So I can just go to, say, chapter 9. I've washi taped out. Thank you so much, Tatsuya. If you see this video, I am loving the washi that you sent me from Japan. What a sweetheart. I love it so much. So what I'm doing is, these are general comments that need to go in chapter 9, and these are more specific things. So I've just repurposed some old classic Happy Planner sized pages, and I'm using those to track basically comments and notes to myself for each chapter. So when I get to each one, I'll have to blank that out when I'm ready to start working on chapter 10, but I'm only on 9 right now, so that's all I need to worry about today. But yeah, so I'm just using, like I always do, my old Happy Planner recycled and tracking the changes that I need to make as I do the writing, as I work with my cards, and what that needs to look like so that I don't forget any of the little notes and ideas and things that pop up as I'm actually doing the writing. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to dive back into my cards, get my outline updated, and then do some actual drafting. Ideally, I would love to finish chapter 9 and start on chapter 10 today into tomorrow. That's my goal. I'm sticking to it. As always, thank you so much. I totally don't even have words to tell you how much I appreciate all of you coming with me on this journey. Writing a book is not an easy task. It's a marathon, and there's good days and there's bad days. And sometimes you think you're crazy for even thinking about doing this. Other times you're like so excited and pumped you can't wait to get started. It literally is an intellectual and emotional roller coaster. But knowing that you're out there and that you're paying attention and that this might help you with your projects, ultimately it might help you get your book written. That, my friends, is what keeps me going, knowing that I might be able to help you through this process. That's what I wake up for every single day. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all tomorrow.